Argentina won its third World Cup, the first since the now distant 1986. Lionel Messi thus completed his extraordinary career by winning the only title that was missing from his spectacular display as Kylian Mbappe and scored 5 out of 6 goals. And of course, celebrities from all corners of the world were there to witness the historic moment. Let's see which famous faces were spotted in the Qatar stadiums. First up, Novak Djokovic had a good time at the FIFA World Cup. The former world number 1 was present at the Lusail Stadium in Qatar to enjoy the 2022 World Cup final between Argentina and France, which the South Americans won on penalties after a 3-3 tie. The Serbian felt he was extremely fortunate to be in Qatar to see it happen with his own eyes. Djokovic added that he too felt, just like many others, that this was one of the best World Cup finals ever. From the start to the incredible finish, the way they won and were then welcomed back home was a wonderful sight. Just days before the start of the 2023 men's tennis season, the Serbian, a well-known football fan, even took the time to discuss the Argentinian footballer's personality. As a football fan, he couldn't help but admire and respect Messi, and he could tell that the majority of the world was pleased to see the beloved footballer accomplish what he had set out to do for the past decade. Plus, because Messi is so humble and down-to-earth and is still unaffected by all of their success, he also serves as a great example to all the youngsters who look up to him and want to be like him. Up next, Usain Bolt was spotted in Qatar as well. Before the start of the final match, Usain Bolt posed in front of a hublot sign wearing an Argentina shirt as the Jamaican sprinter backed the country to end their World Cup drought and win the coveted trophy for the first time since 1986. And it looked like the match was just what he hoped it to be, because he exclaimed that the match was simply the greatest one he had ever seen, and even the rest of the world was on the same page as him. Messi's penalty and Angel Di Maria's first-half goal appeared to have settled the tie in normal time, but Mbappe scored 2 late goals in as many minutes, one from the penalty spot to tie the game and force extra time. It's no surprise that the majority of football fans seem to agree that the final was exciting. Coming up, David Beckham was spotted with his son in Qatar. On the day of the final match, David Beckham and his 17-year-old son, Cruz, watched Argentina win the World Cup. The 47-year-old former footballer smiled broadly as he posed for a photo with his youngest son on Instagram, where he's pretty active. The father and son looked dapper in suits and ties as they sat in the stands watching the game. He later shared a photo of himself FaceTiming the rest of his family to show them the winners ceremony on his story. A moment to share with the family, he wrote, tagging his wife Victoria, sons Brooklyn and Romeo, and daughter Harper, 7. We agree that it was definitely such an instance. The 47-year-old described it as a privilege to see the fans get excited and have fun during the tournament in Qatar. And the English also took out the time to discuss the quality of the football on display and praised Jude Bellingham and Bukayo Saka for their international performances during the competition. Beckham again expressed that he was amazed to see the fans come together and witness such high-quality football on the official FIFA World Cup website. Following up, Ronaldinho met up with his teammates. Former Brazil midfielder and legend Ronaldinho was spotted cheering for Lionel Messi and Argentina during the FIFA World Cup 2022 semifinal match between Croatia and Argentina at the Lusail Stadium in Qatar, and he was able to reunite with Cafu, Dida, Roberto Carlos, and Ronaldo, his 2002 World Cup teammates. The Brazilian soccer icon, Ronaldinho, reunited with friends during the semifinal match between Croatia and Argentina, and it was no surprise that he was seen rooting for his Barcelona teammate Lionel Messi. Ronaldinho won the FIFA World Cup in Japan and Korea in 2002 alongside the aforementioned teammates and retired Barcelona football stars, so he probably understands just how big a deal it is for Messi to have finally won the one trophy missing from his career. Moving on, Salt Bay's unfair access to pitch after the final. Salt Bay, a Turkish chef whose real name is Nusret Gökçe, was photographed holding and kissing the World Cup trophy after Argentina's victory over France. The problem with this is that the trophy can only be held by a very select group of people, according to FIFA rules, which includes tournament winners, FIFA officials, and heads of state. So after the photos began circulating around the internet, a FIFA spokesperson told BBC Sport that after reviewing the images, they would be investigating just how Salt Bay had gained undue access to the pitch. Salt Bay owns a luxury steakhouse chain and rose to prominence in 2017 after his method of preparing and seasoning meat became an internet meme. He posted pictures he took with Messi years ago in an effort to defend his actions, but it wasn't enough. The man had clearly crossed a line. Coming up, Jungkook took to the stage during the World Cup. Jungkook, BTS's youngest member, has made history by becoming the only non-footballer to appear on the list of the top 10 people mentioned on social media in the run-up to the FIFA World Cup 2022. On Tuesday, NetBase Quid shared a list of the top 10 people mentioned on social media, with Jungkook ranking 4th. Qatari singer Fahad Al-Kubaisi has taken 6th place on the list, who had performed with with Jungkook during the World Cup opening ceremony at the Al Bayt Stadium in Qatar's Al Khor to perform the World Cup anthem Dreamers. It should be noted that he was also the first Asian to sing the official World Cup anthem. His performance was praised for being respectful on social media platforms around the world, as it included tributes to previous anthems performed by other artists. No wonder he was one of the highlights of the event. Next up, Zlatan Ibrahimovic showed up for the final. Juventus midfielder Paul Pogba and Milan striker Zlatan Ibrahimovic were two of the famous faces in the sea of them who attended the 2022 World Cup final in Qatar. Zlatan Ibrahimovic was all smiles as he posed alongside Pogba and the former MMA fighter Khabib Nurmagomedov as he interlocked arms with him. Nasser Al-Khelaifi, his former boss at Paris Saint-Germain, stood to his right. The image had one famous face after the other. Oh, what we would give to be a fly on that wall. Following up, Khabib Nurmagomedov is a huge football fan. It's no secret to his supporters that Khabib Nurmagomedov is a huge soccer fan. In fact, he had revealed that at one point many football clubs had approached him to join their team. But preparing for football and MMA is vastly different, and he had to pick one at the end of the day. Although the lightweight champion did say that if some club had offered him a contract and really inspired him to join their ranks, he very well would have. Football was his first love, so why not? The Eagle was spotted in the stands at the Lusail Stadium in Qatar when Lionel Messi's Argentina won the World Cup. The undefeated fighter celebrated the high-octane final by posting the tournament's winning penalty on Instagram, and he titled that post as one of the best games ever and one of the best tournaments ever as well. Up next, Twitter CEO made an appearance during the final. At the 2022 World Cup final in Lusail City, the new Twitter CEO and the former Trump White House advisor Jared Kushner were spotted sitting next to each other. Elon Musk was also seen arriving at the stadium ahead of kickoff. The Tesla and Twitter founder shared a video on Twitter of Messi slotting his penalty past the despairing Hugo Lloris. Musk tweeted throughout the game, posting whenever either team scored. When France scored its third goal, users were posting 24,000 tweets per second, according to the CEO, which he claimed was the highest amount ever during a World Cup. Coming up, the president of France was there to support his country. While PSG teammates Lionel Messi and Kylian Mbappe were locked in a tense battle, French President Emmanuel Macron was cheering on Les Bleus from his VVIP box. The match, as many agreed, was very exciting and had everyone stressed out. This was most evident for those who watched Macron get more and more visibly agitated as time passed. He started the game looking pristine and calm, but Argentina quickly made matters tough for the French. By the second half, the president had pulled off his coat, loosened his tie, and folded his sleeves up to deal with the adrenaline that was now filling him up as well. After the Argentinians' victory was sealed, the president was on stage to console the French, though it was hard to lift the team's spirits at that moment. Finally, Bollywood's couple was up to during the final. At the FIFA World Cup 2022, Bollywood royalty Ranveer Singh and Deepika Padukone stole the show. The duo, like other celebrities, attended Argentina's final match against France in Qatar, where the actor shared numerous posts on his Instagram stories, as well as their adorable moments as they nervously watched the nail-biting match. At one point, Ranveer was seen hugging Deepika from behind in the video as she stared fixedly at the match. Later, the couple was seen celebrating Argentina's big win over France, with Ranveer unable to believe what was happening while Deepika hugged him. The actor captioned the video the historic moment when he shared it, which was seeing that Argentina won the FIFA World Cup for the first time in 36 years. Deepika Padukone unveiled the FIFA World Cup 2022 trophy in Qatar on Sunday, and Ranveer Singh was bursting with pride as she did. The actress was shown opening the case with former Spanish goalkeeper Iker Casillas in the first video and revealing the trophy to the cheering audience. Definitely a moment to be proud of. And that's a wrap for this video. Which celebrity appearance at the Qatar World Cup shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.